Hello, good morning, and welcome to another Mom Up conversation. I am so delighted to be with you once again, and thank you for the way you have been commenting. Thank you for your private messages. Thank you for suggestions on topics that you'd like me to talk about. So I'm very, very happy to welcome you to this conversation. It's going to be shorter than all the others because I just felt like when we talked last week about Penina and Hannah, I think that there is a portion that I didn't talk about that I felt was so important not to leave that conversation hanging before we lock it all together. So, as always, when you come in, please say hi, please send your love. I'll be able to acknowledge it, whether during the live broadcast or after. I'll always read all the messages. And before we do that, as always, I'll cue the intro. Yeah, I hope that you're very ready to prioritize your personal growth. That's why we have this Mom Up conversation just as reminders that as we are in our personal growth journey towards the life that we desire for ourselves, the life that we are building for our children as well, that we don't forget that there are several bumps, potholes, diversions that may come and how to deal with those. So, like I said, today's conversation is actually a carry on from last week, and I'll just give you a brief reminder of where we were at last week, even as I wait for more people to show up for this Mom Up conversation. So our topic for today is in the meantime, in the meantime. And what I realized is we talked about Hannah, and we said that she was waiting for her child, especially when Elkanah, when the priest said, just go, the Lord will answer your prayer. What do you do in the wait? And what do you not do in the wait? And so for today, I felt there's so much information out there about what to do as you're waiting, but not too much about what to not do in the meantime, before your answer comes, before your breakthrough comes. What must you avoid? What do you need to make sure that you don't engage in? And that's what I wanted to cover so that it enriches our conversation from last week. So our topic for today is in the meantime. And so for those who do not know me, allow me, as always, to just introduce myself. And for those who have been in my tribe, we are here together learning about personal growth. Please don't get tired of me introducing myself. It's for the benefit of new friends. So I am a Christian-based mom mindset and life mentor. I'm an author as well. I work with moms who are prioritizing their personal growth, and I help moms build bankable personal and business brands so that then they design a life they desire and that God approves. And so when we think of Hannah, one of the things that she desired for her life is to have a baby. Yeah, is to have a son. And she was very specific with God. And so being in that space, even ourselves as moms, to be able to say, this is what I desire, and then go after it, do the work, do the personal growth work that is required to get the life that you desire. That's where I come in. And the moms that I work with, we do this without compromising faith and family, because those two are very, very, very important and critical. So, like I said, I'm an author. My book, Wired Weird, won an award last year in November, and for the biography leadership history category of the Africa Christian Authors Awards. And so I'm very grateful for this book and the ministry with which it is reaching. I'm so thankful for my coach, because as I prioritize my personal growth, one of the challenges that my coach gave me was, if you're going to coach and mentor women, then you need to have a book. Why? Because it's not your classes may not necessarily reach or be available for all women, but a book can reach corners that you'll never reach. And so I'm thankful for all the friends. I have friends in Germany, friends in the UK, and many other places that have my book. And so it's reached places that I would never have reached. And so if you're here, especially those in Kenya, please make sure you get a copy. And if you're in Nairobi, make sure you get an autographed copy from me as well. Even as friends outside, beyond the borders, wait for the Amazon, for me to upload on Amazon soon, 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 soon. It's one of my goals. So thank you so much for allowing me to just reintroduce myself. for those who have been here and hanging out with me, and those who are new to me. I hope that you know why I have conversations around personal growth. So, welcome, friends. So, I wanted to talk today about in the meantime. That's our topic for today. And for those who have just joined us, I wanted to say that last week I talked about Penina and Hannah's story. And I said that one of the things that I realized after that, I took you through that small talk and training, is that what should you avoid doing as you're waiting? And that's what I wanted to just pop in for a few minutes and talk about today. It's going to be short, it's not going to be my usual longer trainings, but I hope it will still be beneficial to you. So today's talk is still going to be inspired by the story of Penina and Hannah. And we went through First Samuel chapter 1, verse 6 to 20. We used the NLT version of the Bible. Please make sure you go and read or watch the replay. I've made sure to attach in the description. So we said that Penina was really taunting Hannah. Yeah, as the Bible says, that Penina would taunt Hannah and just make fun of her because the Lord kept her from having a baby. And that year after year, it was the same. Penina would just taunt her and would just make her just feel bad. And what happened is that Hannah was then reduced to tears and she would not even eat. And even when her husband came to her support, asking her, why are you not eating? Why are you downhearted? Just because you have no children, you have me. And he was just presenting himself as I'm here in the meantime. And so I just felt that, especially when I think about her husband, Elkanah, I just think, what do we do when we are waiting and what do we not do? So today I want to cover that other side of what not to do, even as you're waiting for God's promises, your breakthrough, the answer that you're seeking. What should you avoid? All right. So our inspiration is coming from there. Last week I told you that just like in my classes where we do in-class sessions, I made you just write your current positioning and your desired positioning. And so this was Hannah. Hannah was a loved and supported wife. That was her current reality, right? But she was also taunted by her co-wife. Penina was really mean to Hannah. And like we said, there are some people who say Penina was actually good because she moved Hannah closer to God. Again, up for debate. We will know one day when we get to heaven. But what happened is that then the reality of Hannah is that because she was so sad that God wasn't answering her prayer of having a baby, she wasn't eating and she was crying often. That pain of constantly being reminded. Our topic for last week was I'm better than you. And I'm sure as you're waiting, there are people around you that keep reminding you, whether it's through their actions unintentionally or actually pointing the finger and trying to show you they are better than you. For Hannah, she was not eating, she was crying often because she was barren at the time. But there's something that Hannah had, and this is what I usually encourage moms that I work with. Always be clear about your desired positioning. What are you hoping for? What are you growing towards? And that was the desired positioning. And so for Hannah, her desired positioning was having a child, and specifically a son. Are you very clear about what you desire? I mean, do you know what it is that you want? Have you written it down? You have a vision of how you desire your life to be, because the life that you desire, ladies, is within reach. For Hannah, she saw herself as a mom. And I think that's why her tears and her not crying, because she imagined herself as a mom and she was being taunted for the very thing that she desired deep down. So, what should you avoid in the waiting? And I said that that dotted line represents the place where we grow. As we are growing, there are things that we need to avoid. And so, our verse for today that I want you to take away as we are having this conversation is from Ecclesiastes 7, from verse 8. And this is the NIV version. And it says, the end of a matter is better than its beginning. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. That desired positioning, the thing that you have been working for, the thing you are taunted for, the thing that people made you feel bad for, the thing you worked towards, the thing that made you cry, the thing that made you not eat sometimes, that end, the end of a matter is better than its beginning. And patience is better than pride. As you're growing, make sure that you're patient. And so for today, I'm going to give you 3 statements that you're going to take home about what to, in the meantime, what you can do. Yeah, in the meantime. even as I tell you what not to do. All right. So in the meantime, ladies, choose patience. Like we have read in that verse, that the end of a matter is the beginning. The end of a matter is better than the beginning, and patience better than pride. So you're being told, look forward to that life that you desire. Look forward to that answer, that breakthrough, that the thing that you desire the most. Look forward to it. Don't be disheartened. The end will come and it will be better. You start saying, thank God that I went through this personal growth. Thank God there are Peninas in my life who pushed me, but I stayed true and I stayed focused to the thing that I desire. And more than that, that you stayed patient. You are not full of pride, that you stayed patient through the journey. And so that's what I wanted to encourage you to choose patience. And patience is the capacity. It's a capacity to tolerate challenges or delays without getting upset. So when we are saying you need to be patient, we are saying grow your capacity, and that's where again personal growth. It's saying right now I'm getting upset too quickly. Right now I'm not tolerating the challenges and delays in my life. But you know what? I'm going to grow in patience. And you don't have to do it alone. That's the space of the Holy Spirit to just help you grow in capacity. That even when you have the Peninas in your life who are taunting you, who are making you just feel these delays are too much, these challenges are too much, don't get upset, all right? Don't get upset. Stay patient. And so that's our first something to choose in the meantime. Choose patience. In the meantime, before your answer comes, before your breakthrough comes, choose patience, all right? Be a Hannah, choose patience. So these are some of the points that I wanted to share today. Like I said, I just found like I didn't completely finish my presentation last week. And I said, let me just come in, even if it's for a short time, just to tell you things that you need to really avoid in this personal growth journey, even as you're waiting for your answers to come. Number one, don't engage in unhelpful comparison. Don't compare yourself with other people. And I feel sad for the younger people who are growing and in their careers, growing their families in this time of social media where everybody is trying to show they are better than the other one, even if you don't know whether it's true or not. But what happens is because, like Penina had children, Hannah may have looked at her, that comparison of she has my husband and now she has the children that I desired. It doesn't help you to engage in unhelpful comparison. You know, it's not helping, it's not adding value through this time of patience. It's not making you better by comparing yourself with other people. If you really trust God through the process, if you trust yourself and how you're growing through the process, it is unhelpful for you to compare yourself with other people and their situation. If you're not going to walk through my shoe the whole journey of my life, then don't compare yourself with me. And I shouldn't compare myself with you because I can't pay the price that you have paid. All right. Would you have wanted those tones of Hannah? Would you have wanted to be made to cry and feel bad over and over and over again, just so that you have this baby who has the honor to anoint King David? If you cannot walk through somebody's shoes, stop with the unhelpful comparison. And then we saw that Hannah, her husband was saying, here I am, aren't I better than 10 sons? Like, stop feeling downhearted, stop not eating, I'm here. So when you have support, ladies, don't reject it. We have some sort of pride. Remember, patience is better than pride. Let's reach that pride of, I can do this by myself. There are moments during the wait when you just feel downhearted like Hannah. But don't reject the support that is around you, whether it comes in form of mentors and coaches, best friends, family, your spouse, people who really, really care and are invested in you. Don't reject their support. The same way you will want to support them during their time of waiting, during their time where they are choosing patience, then don't reject it yourself, all right? And then don't feed feelings of dissatisfaction. Again, if you're comparing yourself in an unhelpful way, what happens is you're feeding dissatisfaction. So, excuse me. So instead of feeling content in your current situation, even as you wait, start feeling dissatisfied about everything. Again, being patient is just having that tolerance, the capacity to tolerate challenges, to tolerate delays without getting upset. So when you're dissatisfied, chances are your tolerance level will come down. And so you start annoying even the people around you. The thing that you want, yes, it is important. The life you desire, yes, it is within reach. But sometimes we have to wait. longer than we desired. And then don't stay uninspired. Find ways, find messages. Last week, when we were in a meeting on goal setting, one of the ladies said she's watching videos so that she's able to just stay motivated. Things that, happy stories, things that cause you to just wake up from bed and move, move, move. Even as you're waiting, listen to inspirational messages, whatever that looks like. We have many people who have been called to do podcasts. We have many people who are doing videos as well, just specific to inspire people into action. Listen to those in the meantime. So refuse to be uninspired, because take a notebook and start writing ideas as you're waiting, because you do not know this refining process, this refining period, how it will be able to assist you when your gifting comes or when the answer comes, all right? And then refuse to fund limiting beliefs. In my class, Discover Your Voice and Calling, which is my signature program. It's 8 weeks. Shameless plug. I take ladies through all sorts of limiting beliefs that could be holding them back. Almost 2 pages full of limiting beliefs, so that you identify what are the things that are holding you back. Because limiting beliefs are any self-deprecating thoughts. They don't add value to your life. They just hold you back from growing. Yeah. Because what happens with the self-deprecating thoughts is that they just cause you to just feel tiny, to disapprove yourself, to just feel like you're in this place of self-doubt, like they never add value. They just diminish your value. You start feeling not important. You start feeling insignificant. They're not helpful. They cause you to not go forward in the thing that you're supposed to do. And so stop fanning limiting beliefs when you're in this place of waiting. All right, ladies, don't fan limiting beliefs, because they'll cause you to actually believe that you're tiny and small, you can't. This is all life is meant to be. No, you have to keep hope alive. You have to keep hope alive. And then the pain is a lot. We can't even discredit this. We can't diminish that in the wait, it is painful. For Hannah, she was not eating. She was crying all the time. Like, can you imagine her little heart, how it was? Don't numb your pain with the wrong things. Don't, unless you're fasting, don't deny yourself food. Don't take things that are going to harm your body. Don't harm yourself. Don't try to numb yourself with the wrong things as you are waiting. All right. I just thought it's so important for me to share some of these things, so that even as you're waiting, avoid going in the wrong direction. If the thing that you desire, God has already kept aside for you, it's just the timing. Just hold on, all right? And if he's holding it back from you, it means it's not right for you at the moment. Just allow him to grow you and refine you through the process. The other thing, just like Hannah, don't lose temper with people around you. Don't get annoyed. I don't know how it was with her and her husband, but I just imagine that even when he says, aren't I better than 10 sons? I don't know that she would have said, yes, my husband, you are better. I don't know. I just imagine it would be easy to lose temper. But again, if you have patience, then you won't be as angry. You'll understand why the support system is asking. We've had this time and time again that hurt people, and they're the ones who are likely to lose their temper. Don't be a Penina because you're upset that your husband loves somebody else, especially in that polygamous family, because the attention was being taken to this other wife who doesn't even have children. She was unfairly taunting Hannah. Yeah. So for you as well, don't lose your temper with the wrong people, especially as moms with our children. Don't lose your temper with your children when you wanted to direct it to a supplier, or you wanted to direct it to a client who's disturbing you, wanted to direct it to your spouse. Don't do that. Don't lose your temper with other people. Find a way to have patience. Have self-control is possible. And then what happens is sometimes we resign to it and say, I guess it wasn't meant for me. This life, we are always being reminded we can go after, it's within our reach. I'll just live in my space of low expectations. Staying in your comfort zone. Ladies, don't do that. Don't buy into, don't own, don't live out low expectations. If you had high expectations for yourself and that's why you're waiting for so long for a breakthrough, keep hope alive. Don't lower your expectations so that you meet them. All right. Don't stay in that mediocre. Don't play in that small space. Don't play small. Just retain your expectations as high. Live your dreams as they are, because they are something that you really, really desire. Don't buy into, don't own, and don't live out low expectations, because you're going to hit them and then you'll say, phew, I've done it. But really, the desire will still keep stirring, all right? Then there are those around us, the peninas, who are very intimidated, who intimidate us, right? So don't be intimidated by the arrogance of those who are not invested in your success. Those who keep reminding you that they are better than you. Don't be intimidated by their arrogance. Remember, patience better than pride, all right? They are not invested. If you succeed, they won't clap for you, right? So don't be intimidated. Don't feel tiny and small, insignificant, because the thing that you're praying for, if it is within God's plan and path for your life, imagine it will come. May not come now. For Hannah, she got her son. She prayed for a son. And she told God, when I have a son, I will take him to the tabernacle and he will serve you. And that's exactly what she did. All right. So don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by the arrogance of those who are not invested in your success. Those who are invested in your success will want you to be happy. They'll want you to be excited. They'll want you to succeed. They'll want you to go through this waiting period successfully. All right. And then don't be imprisoned by impatience. And when I was thinking about this, I was seeing in my head, like how when people are in prison, at least when we watch in the movies, and they are drawing sticks, yeah, on the wall of how many days that they've been there. Sometimes we do that, like we are waiting for God to give us an answer, and we are drawing every day. When you go to sleep, you draw, okay, another day that God did not answer my prayer, another day that God did not answer my prayer. Don't do that. Don't be prisoned by impatience, because then what happens is you're not adding value to your life. You're missing opportunities for growth. You're missing where God wants to sharpen your skills. You're missing so much being imprisoned by impatience. Just go out there, keep patience alive, choose patience, all right? And then don't manipulate God. I remember one time when I was young, I think I was in high school. And because exams are so important in our country, I remember just telling God, if you help me to pass, then I will do X. Yeah. I don't know if you've done that. That if you do this, you give me this answer now, God, I will do this. If it's yours, it's yours. You don't need to manipulate God. You don't need to give promises. There are those that you will keep, but don't manipulate God. Don't, if you're making a promise like Hannah, make sure it's a promise you're willing to keep, as just a thanksgiving to God, but don't manipulate God. And lastly, ladies, don't quit. Like sometimes we just quit when we are just at the end, when the breakthrough is about to come. Don't quit. If it's important to you, stay the course, all right? If it's important to you, stay the course. So I hope that these points are going to help you. Do not engage in unhelpful comparison. Do not reject support. Do not feed feelings of dissatisfaction. Do not stay uninspired. Stay inspired. Find people and ways to stay inspired. Then stop fanning limiting beliefs. Those thoughts that are not adding value, they're just making you disapprove yourself, your plans, that you start believing that inner thought that's not helpful. Refuse that. And then don't look for wrong solutions. Don't numb your pain as you wait with the wrong things. And then don't lose temper unfairly with other people just because your answer has not come, your breakthrough, the thing that you wanted the most has not come. Don't lose temper. And then don't buy in and don't own, don't live out low expectations. If you had set a high bar for yourself, keep pursuing it, because the life that you desire is within reach. And then those around you who are intimidating you, yeah, and they are not invested in your success, leave them. Don't entertain them, because those are the ones who will start planting seeds, planting thoughts that are not helpful to you. So you'll start fanning the limiting beliefs, all right? Don't be imprisoned by impatience. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing even when God says no, because He has a reason, especially if you're living in trust with Him and not leaning on your own understanding. Refuse to be imprisoned by impatience, because remember, we said that patience is a capacity, the capacity to just tolerate in the midst of the changes, the challenges, the delays, without getting upset. Yeah, and then don't manipulate God, and most importantly, don't quit. All right, don't quit. Hannah did not quit, and she not only got her one son, God blessed her with 5 more children. So what is God, has in store for you? If He's delayed it this long, like what does He have in store for you? So my second in the meantime is, in the meantime, wait well. My first one was in the meantime, choose in the meantime, choose patience. And the second one is in the meantime, wait well. And when we are waiting well, it means that we are not going to lose patience. And we are all those don'ts I have shared with you. Don't do those things, especially don't quit. Wait well, so that when the reward comes, when that better end comes, you're going to be in this place of rejoicing and you're going to be able to be an encouragement to many people. I want to still push you to do this exercise. Think about your current positioning. Where am I at right now? What is this thing that I desire in my life? And then do the growth work in the middle that's required. And even when the answer is not coming immediately, be patient. Choose patience and wait well. Wait well. Wait without being a discouragement to yourself or unfairly, pushing other people away, your support system. Wait well. All right. In the meantime, wait well. So, question for you: what choices will you make in the meantime? What choices will you make in the meantime? And I actually wanted to share our shift strategy for today's talk, and I wanted it to be in line with that second, in the meantime, that in the meantime, wait well. And that's my stretch assignment, because I give those to my ladies. That's your stretch assignment for this week, is wait well. So ask yourself, what choices do I need to make in the meantime as I'm waiting? How do I wait well? How does waiting well look like? So in the meantime, that's your shift strategy that I want to share today. In the meantime, um, wait well. All right. So write down the choices. Like, now that I can't do all those things Wairimu has said, what can I do that shows that I'm waiting well and I'm choosing patience? There's this quote that I saw by Harriet Stowe, and it says, when you get into a tight place and everything goes against you till it seems as though you could not hang on a minute longer, never give up then. For for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Sometimes just we give up this, we've persevered and then we give up at the end. No, no, stay strong. If it's something that's important to you and you're feeling the stirring of God to continue waiting, don't give up, because you might just give up at the wrong time, like just when things are about to change and your breakthrough is about to come. So, number one, in the meantime, choose patience. Number two, in the meantime, wait well, which is our shift strategy for today. And my last one is, in the meantime, please remember God is working, because sometimes, society thinks there's a lot of noise that is surrounding us. Like I said, there's sort of unhelpful voices around us, and we tend to believe them, including those in our own minds. Please remember that God is working, and the thing that you desire, it's within reach. And especially if, when you are creating your plan, when you're saying, this is what I desire, that you brought it before God and you felt that this is what He desires for me as well. And I think that as I conclude, it's just a reminder from Ecclesiastes 7:8, which was our verse for today, that the end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride. So just to remind you, and thank you, Fatma, for joining me today. Yeah, just a reminder that the end of a matter is better than the beginning, and patience better than pride. So, number one, choose patience. Number two, wait well. And number three, please remember, God is working. Don't be discouraged. Refuse all those things that I've told you. Don't do those. As you're waiting, stay focused on your desired positioning. And if you do not know how to create that current positioning, desired positioning, that's why I'm here, and I offer free consultations for 30 minutes. Please reach out. I'd be very, very happy to just help you come up with clarity and like sort of a plan that you can start step by step achieving, even as you're waiting for the bigger breakthrough. So I'm very, very happy. I can't say it enough. Thank you for joining me. For those who are going to watch the replay, please remember hashtag replay and a comment of what you've taken away, so that I can be able to just not only feel nice that I've shared an answer or a perspective that you'd not have thought, but it just encourages me to continue teaching. And so I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for those on LinkedIn. Thank you for those on YouTube and those here on Facebook. So God bless you, and I wish you a fantastic June. Remember that the life that you desire is within reach, choose patience, wait well, and remember that God is working. God bless you guys. Bye.